Part 1.
Oh yeah, this Telugu action epic is making waves, and we're here to break it all down, box office numbers and all.
We've been digging through a mountain of recent articles and even a spicy critic's review, all to get you up to speed on this cinematic sensation.
So are you ready to talk big numbers?
Hit me with them! We got to start with those incredible box office figures.
Right out the gate, Devara, Part 1 has pulled in a staggering Rs 207.85 crore domestically.
Hold on. For us who aren't fluent in rupees, how much are we talking about here?
We're looking at well over 20 million US dollars, and that's just within India.
Whoa. Okay, so it's a certified hit in its home country, but what about internationally?
It gets even wilder. Globally, it's projected to close out its first week at a jaw-dropping Rs 370 crore. That's almost 45 million US dollars in just 6 days.
Now, that's the kind of success most films can only dream of, but I do have to ask, how much that is thanks to the timing of its release? You know, Gandhi Jayanti falling right in there.
That's actually a really important point. You see, holidays like Gandhi Jayanti are prime time for movie releases, especially in India. Think of it like a supercharged opening weekend in the US. Everyone's off work, schools are closed, and heading to the cinema is practically a national pastime.
So it's like a perfect storm of factors pushing those numbers even higher.
Precisely. And to give you an idea of just how much of an impact the holiday had, Devara saw a massive 40% jump in ticket sales on Wednesday alone.
Wow. That really puts it into perspective. All right, so we know it's raking in the big bucks, but how long can it keep this momentum going?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Devara might be dominating the box office now, but next week sees the arrival of Jigra and Vicky Vidya Kawala Video.
Oh, right. 2 big Hindi film releases. That's got to shake things up a bit, right?
Absolutely, and this is where we see language markets potentially coming into play. While Devara is a Telugu film, its dubbed versions are pulling in a sizable Hindi-speaking audience. But with 2 major Hindi films hitting the screens, will those viewers stay loyal to Devara, or will they be tempted by something a little closer to home?
It's like a battle for the hearts and eyeballs of moviegoers, and I'm very curious to see who comes out on top. But, massive box office success aside, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What are the critics saying about Devara? Because, let's face it, a film can be a box office smash and still be, well, not so great.
That's the thing about critical reception. It doesn't always align with what audiences flock to see. And in the case of Devara, Part 1, it's a bit of a mixed bag.
A mixed bag. Now you got to give me the details. Spill the tea.
Well, renowned film critic Saibal Chatterjee, writing for NDTV, didn't hold back. He praised the film's big canvas action and melodrama, even suggesting these segments might serve to whet the appetite of fans.
Okay, but I can practically hear the but coming.
And you'd be right. Chatterjee goes on to point out that certain segments of the film do not quite meet expectations. So while Devara has its undeniable strengths, some critics feel it doesn't quite hit the mark consistently.
So are we saying Devara, Part 1, is a classic case of style over substance?
It's tricky, isn't it? Because reviewing a film that's split into parts presents a unique challenge. Do you judge it as a standalone piece, or do you factor in the fact that it's just one part of a larger narrative yet to be fully revealed?
That's a really good point. You're almost reviewing a promise, hoping the payoff in the next installment will make it all worthwhile.
Exactly, and it makes you wonder how critics can strike a balance between appealing to hardcore fans who are already invested and a broader audience discovering the story for the first time. It's a tough line to walk.
No doubt. So where does this leave us with Devara, Part 2? Will it be able to ride the wave of this initial success and deliver on all those promises? Or will it end up alienating viewers who are hoping for something more?
Only time will tell, right? But that's the beauty of it all, isn't it? This is only just the beginning of the Devara saga.
And what a start it's been. All right, folks, that wraps up our deep dive into the whirlwind that is Devara, Part 1. We've unpacked the numbers, dissected the reviews, and now we want to hear from you.